Usually in the summer even, it's hazy, but if you come early in the morning, it's much better. The very early in the morning, because when already the hot air mix it up with the cold air, it forms this haze. That is why even in summer, usually if you are coming like 11 o'clock, for example, you'll rarely find it. That is why in summer we usually start the tours like 8:30, 9 o'clock, like earlier. All right, guys, so we'll start from here, and I'm going to introduce you already the beautiful place where we are, which is called khor virap, from the Armenian language, which means a deep pit from the Armenian language. What it means? Actually, the story, I will just go back a bit of the earlier period, then I'll come to the story about Gregory the Illuminator, because we should understand the reasons for his imprisonment. First of all, the thing is that the Armenian king Armenia was trying to be neutral all the time between his two neighbors. Roman Empire, Byzantine Empire, and Parthian Empire and the Persian Empire. Armenia was trying to be neutral because we were both doing with both. There was no other way, to have good relations with one and to have war with the other one. As a result, the Armenian king, the Persian actually emperor, who is getting tired of this position of Armenia, is sending his spy, who is introducing himself to be a member of the royal family, which was possible because the Armenian kings were more or less, of the Persian root at the time. Their mothers, their pre-mothers, their grandmothers, they were Persians. As a result, what is interesting about this, the Armenian king is, when he was killed, of course you understand that it's going to be vendetta, and all the royal family, as a result, was killed, and all the family of the spy was killed. Their only two sons stay alive. They were really very small kids, and they were separately sent to the Roman Empire to different places. But the Armenian king, being a very young guy, was adopted by the Roman Emperor Diocletian. If you know the history of Roman Empire, this was the emperor guys who later left his position and went to grow plants, and he was living this peaceful life, leaving everything behind him, far from people. But Diocletian was also popular, not only just for living a peaceful life after he left his position, but also for torturing Christians. It was a time when Christianity was not yet the dominant religion in the Roman Empire, but there were communities in Armenia, in the Roman Empire, then which turned out to be the Byzantine Empire in many places. As a result, guys, what is happening there? The Armenian king is grown up there. He got a good education. He gave him, the Armenian king, a good upbringing, and so on and so forth, which brought to the fact, of course, he was understanding that the Armenian prince Tiridate in the future is going to become his man, and he will have pro-Roman Armenia than before that. That is why he was not saving any money on Tiridate. Tiridate was strong, was handsome. He was an Olympic champion even. But what happened as a result? The Armenian king, of course, is officially being sent to Armenia later on, when he was ready to become the king of the country. On the way, he's meeting a young guy who was also very educated, very abroad, and well-known and skilled. And as a result, he's asking him to come to serve in the citadel. Remember, this was the citadel. There was a large temple here dedicated to the goddess Anahit, goddess of maternity and fertility. It was a huge place. And in all of the capital cities of Armenia, the main and the largest temple was dedicated to Anahit. But that is why, guys, for example, in the Armenian language, we have a word, Mayrakaghak, which means capital city, or word by word, mother city, mother town. Well, turns out to be that the Armenian king, this guy is not refusing the Armenian king, because he not only wanted to serve, because due to the sins of his father. He wanted to serve because his father was the killer of the Armenian king. So you understand this was the small boy also who was sent to the Roman Empire. After a couple of years passed, the Armenian king is coming back to the capital city and asks everybody to give worship to the gods. Everybody's participating except for this one guy, who is confessing that he's not only not pagan but Christian, but also he is the son of a man who killed his father, who killed the father of the king. Being angry, of course, after this information, the Armenian king is imprisoning Suren, his name was Suren at the time, in one of the strongest prisons of the country. It was, guys, very strict prison. They were throwing people there because the prisons were underground and only getting out of there the bodies. Not feeding them, not giving any water, anything, just nothing. These people were supposed to die. And it's passing a couple of years, and during the whole time, the sister of the king was secretly giving milk and butter and bread to Suren because she was Christian as well. So he was, I always call it a political prison, because it was really a political prison. For being not of the right, mindset, people could be arrested in these prisons. As a result, what is happening there? After 13-14 years, when Tiridate is starting officially to torture and kill Christians, the historian of the 5th century is mentioning the Armenian king got the face of pig. It may be just a legend, so of course, like you will say, well, what kind of face is that? But on the other hand, guys, we can speak about an illness which in Greek language called lycanthropia, when the skin is changed. It's a genetical illness. If you Google, you will see what the human body turns out to be as a result of this illness. They call it also an illness of man-wolf. So you are losing any human face. Or maybe he wanted to show what kind of animal was the king to kill these Christians. But what is the right one, I cannot say. The result is that the sister of the king is having a vision where she's mentioning that Suren, who is still in that prison, can cure the Armenian king. After a couple of times, when she's saying they're opening up the pit and they found out that Suren alive and he's praying for the king, there starts a 40 days of the Great Lent. As a result of this, the king is being cured and believing in the faith of Christianity, is adopting Christianity as a state religion of the country. Of course, it may be a reason, guys, but of course we understand that behind it is much serious, reasons are there. Guys, I'm speaking about the geopolitical situation of the country. Armenia was trying to be neutral. On one side, it was impossible to do because the two neighbors of Armenia, Byzantine Empire and the Persian Empire, which were all the time in wars together, they understood that separately they cannot occupy Armenia, but they can split the country in two parts. One will occupy the western part, the other one will eastern part. And the Armenian king was easily understanding, was clearly understanding that this will bring to the assimilation of the nation. Because Hellenistic religion, Hellenism was quite popular in the country. And from the other hand, we speak about the Armenian paganism. I'll show today the Garni temple, which was very close to Zoroastrianism, the Persian religion. And he was understanding that we're having no script, no alphabet. It will bring to the assimilation of the nation very soon after. And he needed an ideology which was different from the first one, from the second one. And Christianity, having already huge community here, was the one, and that's why I always say Christianity at the time was a tool in the hand of the king to keep the identity of the Armenian nation, which he could do because he could save time. Yeah, Armenia unfortunately was separated in two parts, but 100 years later, after the death of Tiridate. Well, in 301, Armenia became the first country to adopt Christianity, I want to say, and it happened here. Down there, guys, when you go up, you will see a river valley. You don't see the water itself, especially this year when there is no water. I mean, there's very few water, unfortunately. But this is the official border between Armenia and Turkey. And even if you are wearing sunglasses, you can easily see some, line of the mountain of Ararat. If you just look from this side, you will see only the head of the mountain, which is kind of in Turkey, because this river is kind of a border between Armenia and Turkey. In this area, the first church appeared to be in 642, which was a circle-shaped church, and it was ruined afterwards as a result of the earthquake. And in the 17th century, guys, the Church of Saint Catholic appeared to be here. So this was of the very late period, I want to say, later period. The one to the right hand, the chapel, which is standing on that dungeon, where the prisoners were imprisoned actually, is built also in the 17th century. In 1679, there has been a devastating earthquake, as a result of which even those dungeons were filled up with stones. And as a result, after reconstruction, all those stones were cleaned away. And this is how, you know, these dungeons were, two of them were preserved. Only in one of them was imprisoned Suren, who later on was renamed took the name of Gregory the Illuminator, becoming the first patriarch or Catholicus of the Armenian Apostolic Church. When you enter through the door, left hand, under the altar is the pit, is the place where he was imprisoned. By the way, guys, if you are claustrophobic, I will never suggest you to go down. Please do not do that, because you should make sure that you will go up yourself. It is 6 meters deep. The main pit is not very small. It is quite large, but the main path to the road to that side, the main staircase is really very narrow. That is why, if you are really afraid of the enclosed areas, please do not do that, and make sure to go up the same staircase, because it's 90 degrees almost. Well, that's another, you know, activity that people usually do when they come here. They try to go down and to see the place which was used as a prison in 301, before 301. I want to say, and in 301, January 6, in the waters of the river of Arax, all the royal family was baptized into the was Christianized. In English, there is a good word for that, Christianing, actually. So Armenia was Christianized at the time. And very interesting to mention that is why we unite two big holidays. So Christmas and Christianing. It takes place in January 6th, but not January 7th, as it was supposed to by the calendar. We just united two holidays together and bring the Christmas a day before, I want to say. Well, another suggestion for you, left hand behind the church, there is a door going up. If you want to take picture of the monastery back with the Ararat Valley, usually Ararat is also seen, you can just go out left hand from that door, going up, and then turning to the upper side where the flag is standing, where you can take pictures. Do you have any questions? Then, if you don't mind, if anybody is not, minding, we can take a picture together. Yeah. Then we'll have just a group picture together. Then I will. You can have like a free time. I want to say. Let me see. I think it's a good one. All right, I will have everybody smile.
3 years or 4 years?
Hold on. Okay. English speakers are much easier because we are not so many people. So we meet 11:50 in the bus already.
11:50. What time? 11:02.
11:02.
Di, tama yung pinuntahan nating simbahan nung unang araw. Kay Gregory the Illuminator. Di ba, doon sa church po na si Gregory Illuminator. Sa downtown.
That goes, you have to paved road, no? You start and then like... Diyan sa paved road, lalabas kayo. Lalabas kayo doon sa...
Kuya din. Kuya din. Dito muna tayo. Sila din pala yung nakasabay natin sa...
Bumaba doon ah.
Bakit?
Narrow and steep. Oh my God. Oo daw.
Hindi ka nga bumaba doon at wala kang insurance, babe.
Pare-parehas lang tayo mga insurance.
Wala ka. Wow.
Ararat Mountain. Where is it? I cannot.
Di makita yung bundok.
go there. Let's go inside.
Diyan nga maganda po ito.
Ay, ito pala yung pwede umakyat.
Oo. Picture mo sila. Sa phone mo na. Kita mo na ano ito yun.
Video ka?
Oo. Papakita natin to doon sa mga ano eh. Sa mga... dito. Papakita natin doon sa mga taga Kazakhstan. Gusto mo makita yung ano, di ba? Mamaya, harito, yung bundok. Ito pala, oh. Wala pala, magbabayad ka muna. Wala makita. Akala ko naman. Ayan. Picture ko. Ayan. Yung simbahan, background, hindi.
Uy, meron silang telescope.
Parang hinuhulugan po eh. Ayan. Ipopost ko. Teka, ipopost ko. Dito naman, babe. Dito. Dito naman. Dito natin lagay. Ayan, sige, babe. Hanap po na tayo ibang pwesto.
Maganda naman pala ito pag ano, babe.
Pa-picture.
Oo. Pag morning. Yung may light.
Dito naman tayo mag-picture. Dito naman.
Dungeon.
Ito, dungeon. Pang ano ito eh. Yung nilalaro ko. Ano nga ba nilalaro ko? Yung nilalaro ko game na Diablo.
Quite creepy.
Ito nga oh. Medyo, huwag na tayong bumabat. Wala tayong insurance. Naro nga. Baka ma-aksidente pa tayo. Oo nga. Delikado. Tara, picture tayo, babe. Yeah. Souvenirs. Let's go inside, guys. Pasok tayo. Tagal. Ten seconds.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Pasok na tayo sa loob. So it's like... Ano nangyari?
Ano siya? Tumalon.
Paano makit doon? Dito na. Dito. Tara, let's go. Ito. May shortcut. Bilis. Bagal lang kasama ko sa tour eh. Yan, akit na tayo doon sa taas. Dali. Akit na kayo muna tayo sa taas.
Sige, mamaya. 5, 4, 3.
Baka magamit ito. Akit muna tayo sa taas. Yan mo, yung pang selfie. Akit na po kami. Eh, ingat ka sa paghakbang, wala kang assurance. Ito. Dito pa dumayo ng pamumundok. Tara. Ako ba?
6, 5, 4, 2.
Tagilin mo lang yung timer. Mamaya na pala, magsaselfie tayo. Dali eh. Mamaya na tayo mag-picture. Makita muna tayo sa taas. Ito. Baka ba? Lumayo pa tayo ng ganitong kataas sa bundok.
Ha?
Meron nito sa Lukban eh. Ha? Ako gusto ko. Ikaw dito ka na lang.
Hindi parang delikado eh.
Ha? Hindi ako na lang.
Hindi na nakita dito.
Andito na eh. Andito na ako eh. Kailangan hindi ko pa akitin yan.
Kaya nga.
Kaya pala sabi niya, mahala kayo sa aakit. Kayo sabi ko.
Hintayin na nakita dito.
Babe, kaway muna. Ayun po yung church. Yun. Ay. Touch. Okay, balik na. May bundok daw doon. Yun daw ay Turkey. Sabi ni Sir. Yan, pagbaba, wala tayong insurance. Hindi tayo insured. Dito. Much better. Oh, yung kita yun, oh. Yung kita to, itong cross. Yung kinat kita tong cross. Okay. Oo. Ha? Hindi mamaya, lalapit ako. Mamaya pagkatapos sila.
Ayaw yun eh. Pagod na kayo.
Grabe. Ito lang ako. Kita yung flag?
Kita siya.
Kita yung flag? Kita yung bandera?
Na-cover ka. I think dito ba?
Ito, wala na. Teka. Dito. 22. 50 ba?
Oo, 11:50.
Again. Isa pa. Teka, ayusin ko na yung bonnet ko. Ingat ka. Teka, yung tissue ko. Ay, nako, tulong ubog. Game. Teka pa ako kasi singa lang ako. Ibenta lang sandata.
Uy, sumisinga po.
Yung bukit, ako makita ko. Okay na yung ilong ko.
Okay na. Selfie na tayo.
Ha?
Selfie tayo dito. Yan naman na to, babe.
Hindi ko ba yung papatayin?
Bakit? Ikat-cut mo. Paraan.
Teka. Ayan. Kaya na lang mag-translate. Teka, wait. Ito na po nagtatapos. Bye.
Peace.
Ha? Yun. Pababa na po kami. Asa yun yung bus natin. Malayo. Ayun yung bus namin. Ayun. Diba? Ayun. May statue pa dun sa bundok. Sino kaya yan?
Pupuntahan ko.
Kasi ano yan yung Il Jacinto.
May napunta dito pala siya sa Armenia.
Hindi kaya makit dito. Gusto mo makit dun?
Wala, babe. Sabi mo na lang time.
Parang bayan lang ng Kalapati yung maliit na yun. Ayun. Ganda. Ito po, may ganyan pa yun. Ayun, ang ingay ng mga kabayan nasa kabila. Sa baba ng hagdan.
We're going to souvenir shop.
Anong lugar to, babe?
Car bar.
Basta,
Ay.
pag pupunta kayo dito or bago pumunta kayo sa, pag nasa downtown city kayo na Yerevan, punta kayo sa may Luna Park. Andun si yung church ni Saint Gregory the Illuminator. Ayun. Siya daw ang ano dyan. Basta, sinabi kanina. Ito. And hindi yan libingan. Hindi naman halata. Ayun, si Ate Kabayan yung kasama kanina. Ayun. Ito na ang aming bus. Ano number yan? Ito na nga your service eh. Yun na yun.
Number 1, no?
Aga pa po.
Apurado itong kasama ko eh. Ayun daw kami.
Hindi siya libingan. May mga picture pa. Dapat pala ganito na kayo. Hanggang dun.
Ito talaga yung ano.
Patayin ko na to. Bye-bye.